Hi, good evening. I'm Casey Dunn, head baseball coach here at Samford University. I wish I was in attendance tonight. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to be a part of this presentation to Mikey for the impact he had, not just on the Samford baseball program, but on myself as a coach as well. Unfortunately, we're in Orlando playing right now and hopefully having a great day. But Mikey was truly the first person that bought into our program, bought into what we wanted to do with Samford baseball 14 years ago. He was the first commitment we had to myself and Coach David, who's been on staff with us from the beginning as well. He was the first young man that committed to us. He was the second phone call that I ever made as the head coach here at Samford, and someone that truly helped transform this program into a championship caliber program. He was recommended to me from my former college roommate, who was a scout at the time with the San Francisco Giants in South Florida. And when I called Mikey, he was so excited to hear from me. And as a 27-year-old, I was the youngest head coach in Division I baseball. I was really naive about this process. And after the phone call with the first young man, I went into just where Samford was. And we're in Birmingham, Alabama, and a little bit about the school. And he said, "Yes, sir, Coach. I know all about Samford. My best friend's sister goes to school there. His mother went to pharmacy school there. I've heard nothing but great things about the university, and I'm excited to hear from you." Shortly after, Mikey came up and participated in a camp we had here on campus. And literally after one ground ball, I went up to him and I said, "Hey, man, I want you to be a Bulldog. What do we have to do?" And, from there, it came up on an official visit with his family coming up to visit with us. And he literally was the first commitment we had in my time at Samford. To this day, Mikey is the best player I've ever coached. He's one of the best I've ever played with or coached or played against, and someone that I think his impact in this program will never be forgotten. When Mikey came to us, we were coming off a 20-win season in my first year here at Samford. The history, the tradition of our program was not great in terms of victories and championships. In Mikey's freshman year, we won the first conference title in the history of our program, winning the OVC in 2006. That year was special because it laid the foundation for everything we've done since in our program and being able to recruit high-quality athletes and incredible student athletes here to Samford. Mikey, to this day, is still remembered by everyone we've played against. All the time as I'm coaching and recruiting, people always ask about, "Man, what's that little shortstop you had from several years ago? What is he doing now? Where is he at?" And, someone that just the legend of who he was as a player continues to this day from those who played against him and obviously those that played with him. Mikey's impact on the field was measurable from day one. Truly the best defensive shortstop that I've ever witnessed in person. The only person I could compare him to was Adam Everett, who Adam had a long big league career primarily with the Houston Astros, but was really known for his defense. Mikey was very comparable to Adam in terms of what he could do defensively. I remember in high school going, at the end of his senior year, he had the opportunity to go to a workout with the Boston Red Sox at their spring training complex. And talking to him about that, he was just so naive as far as how good of a player he was at the time. He was saying that, the workout was okay, it went fine. And I said, "Well, man, did anybody talk to you?" And he was like, "Yeah, Coach, this guy, last name was Epstein. I don't really remember much about him, but his name was Epstein." And I was like, "Mikey, that's Theo Epstein. He's a pretty big deal." And I said, "What'd he tell you?" He goes, "Well, Coach, he said he loved me, and he's glad to see I was going to college. He thought that was the best route, but he would be following me over the next 3 or 4 years." And sure enough, the next week I got a call from someone in the Cape Cod League requesting Mikey to come play up there in the summer because Theo Epstein had called and said, "Man, you've got to get this kid up there." Mikey's nickname in South Florida as an amateur athlete was Gumby because of his flexibility, his ability to make crazy plays defensively, and the things that he could do in the professional community. Here at Samford, obviously he was a phenomenal defender, but he also was our leading hitter. He hit in our 3-hole, he hit 400, he hit double-digit home runs. As a guy that was very small in stature, he produced as a big player. When Mikey signed with us, he was 5'7" and 120 pounds. He left at about 5'9" and 140 pounds. Coach Rowling did a lot of work to get him bigger and stronger in the weight room, but there just wasn't a lot of gains to be made. But His game continued to grow. The energy that he played with, the enjoyment he got out of playing the game of baseball was contagious to the other guys on our team. And I think just what he did for our program in terms of helping us elevate to a higher level is something that will never be forgotten for myself and Coach David and all those that were around him and are still associated with Samford baseball. From that point on, when we go and recruit the South Florida area, which is still a good recruiting base for us, we are known in South Florida originally because this is where Mikey Marseco played. And people know him down there. They remember him as a great amateur player. They know of the great career he had here at Samford. And that's helped us establish a good recruiting base in that Fort Lauderdale and Miami area, which has served us very well over the last 14 years. Mikey, on behalf of myself, Coach David, and our whole Samford baseball program, congratulations on this great honor. We're sorry we can't be here tonight to enjoy it with you. I hope your newborn child is doing well, and we look forward to getting you up this spring and celebrating in person with you.